we are at the corner of North Betty Lane and Sunset Point Lane in Clearwater, Florida. Before we take a look at the traffic signal box I completed for the Spring Branch neighborhood, let's take a walk along the creek and I'll show you what inspired the 6 new paintings that I made for this project. I usually focus on plants and water in my Pond's Edge paintings, but the Spring Branch neighborhood had a special request that I include some of the creek's wildlife, which was an interesting challenge for me. Behind me you'll see the culvert that runs under Sunset Point Road, and on the day I was taking reference photographs there was a night heron that was kind of hunting just at the edge of the culvert when it goes under the road. There's also an egret that was hunting along the creek banks on these large boulders. In another first for my Pond's Edge series, I don't normally paint from other people's photographs. I usually use my own reference photographs, but Alexandra Nixon provided a photograph of the creek with some ferns on the bank, which provide for one of the main panels of the project. Here we are where Spring Branch Creek runs underneath North Betty Lane, and this is where I got my favorite piece of the project. It's on this bridge. We'll start walking over. Your viewpoint is pretty much straight down into the creek, and I don't want to get too deep here, but when I see this kind of scene, what I'm looking for is the universe in a puddle. And what I mean by that is that we can see the bottom of the creek and the leaves and everything underneath of there. We can see the surface of the water and everything that's dancing and floating on it. And then we can see the reflection of the trees in the sky as if you were looking upwards. And so everything downwards and upwards and sideways is all kind of contained in one precious little moment here. So a couple hundred yards east of the traffic signal box is this retention pond. The Spring Branch Creek runs into the pond at the north end and exits out the west end on its way towards Sunset Point Road. I found some real good inspiration here in the water plants, especially the large arrowhead and its beautiful white flowers. Let's take a walk and I'll show you where they are. I just want to show you, walking along the banks here, how much bird life there is. There's a few dogs in the background too. So these retention ponds are a really important aspect of Florida water management. Of course, in any urban environment, there's going to be some trash and some waste flowing into the system. And what these retention ponds do with all these plants and these cattails is they filter out a lot of the toxins. And as you can see, also catch a lot of people's garbage before they head back into the creek and out into Clearwater Bay and beyond. So let this be a reminder for everyone about the importance of throwing away your trash properly, and let's not use our water systems as a trash way. So behind me is some patches of this arrowhead plant that is a water-based plant, and I just really loved the thickness and voluptuousness of this plant, as well as the white flowers that grow on these bulbous extensions of the plant. It's a really beautiful species. Yeah, so here's where Spring Branch Creek starts running west out of the retention pond. Look at all these beautiful reflections along the bank here. There's a bird way on down there hunting in the water. I can't zoom in that far. Wow, this turned out amazing. Look at this. This is the first time I've seen the signal box in person. Congratulations to Jack Fury for his installation expertise. He did a really great job. I know it wasn't easy to put 6 different images all over the side, especially with this little box here. There's one of those herons I was talking about. Or egrets, I'm sorry, one of those egrets I was talking about. There's that night heron I was talking about coming on the edge of the culvert. Here's the other egret. And there's that arrowhead with that beautiful white flower. Love that. And on the end here, this is a slice of my favorite piece from the project. Again, that's the vantage point of the bridge. It goes over North Betty Lane. I just love all the intimate plant life and reflections in this scene. So if you remember, the concept of this whole project was kind of to take a walk along the creek and express the neighborhood's concern and passion for the watershed. Spring Branch Creek starts up in north of Dunedin and winds its way down through Clearwater into the bay, and of course whatever's in that is goes out to the Gulf. So really important to keep our watershed healthy.